Okay, this video is going to show us how to add a G4L Gradebook LTI tool to maybe make your life a little easier on how we can grade reporting topics. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add the tool. Step one is going to be to add the tool to your page. I have a blank connections page here. There's like nothing in this course at all. So if you have something that's really blank, this will help you know where to start. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to the modules page. So I'm going to click modules, and modules is a place where you can create modules or units or topics or whatever you want, and you can put quizzes, assignments, pages, all kinds of things. It's basically modules is a way to organize your course. There's no modules in here at all, so I'm just going to click create new module, and I'll just make a simple module called welcome and add the module. I need a module so that I can add the LTI tool to it. I'm going to go ahead and publish that module. So the way I add the tool to it is I click the plus sign, and you'll come up here, and so there's a whole bunch of things you can add to modules: assignments, quizzes, files, pages, discussions, even just a text header or whatever. I'm going to add an external tool, and the external tool I'm going to use is called Grading for Learning G4L. So I'm going to click that, and if you scroll down here, you can just leave it. This is the name. We do not want to load it in a new tab, so make sure that is not clicked. I'm going to click Add Item, and I'll go ahead and publish it. And there is the new tool. Students will be able to click on it and see their grades as well. Okay, I'm going to click on that tool, and it's going to come up, and it's going to look like this. It's going to have all your students down in here. Normally it'll have, if you don't have any grades at all in your system, then they'd all be, zeros. I've been playing around a little bit, so this person in particular has a grade. I forgot to go delete those out. And you're going to have a grading scale here. This is going to be the grading scale that looks like for the high school. It's actually going to have letter grades in it. If you're a middle school Canvas course, it's going to look a little different. You're going to have a different grading scale. It's not going to have the letter grades in there. So step two is you need to actually import your reporting topics for your course. So if you look up here, it'll say select your course. You'll click on here. The middle school will have all their middle school courses. This is a high school course, so I have all these different high school courses I can choose from. I decided for this demonstration I'm going to click like Art Level 1 because they only have like 3 reporting topics, so it's going to make it easier to just show you how to do this. So I'm going to click Art Level 1, and if you wait a few seconds, it's going to import in the reporting topics for this course. So there's only 3 reporting topics in this Art Level 1. There's creating, presenting, and responding. It's going to generate a reporting topic number in curly brackets right in front of those. And those numbers are going to be important. Basically, the way this is going to work is that every assignment you want to be considered into one of those reporting topics, you're going to put that reporting topic number in the title of the assignment in curly brackets. That's how this program works. It's going to look through titles of things and know where to classify them into the grade. All right, so that was step 2. Step 3 is deciding on a scoring method. You don't have to have a scoring method, but the scoring methods are over here on the right side. If you click on any one of these, like if I click on 75% decaying average, it's going to tell you how that works. It's going to give you 3 student examples. All of these scores are actually the same, but they're in different orders that they were taken. And so it'll show you what kind of grade it would be. So some of these depend on the order that they were taken. Like the 75%, the 65%, Marzano's power law, the most recent, all 4 of those will give more weight to the more recent scores. So if you're interested in any of those, you can read about those. So this scoring method is going to be applied to like if every assignment that I have in the creating reporting topic. It's going to look through all those assignments, and it's going to calculate an overall reporting topic score based on the scoring method that you've chosen here. One of them is called the adjusted average, and all that really is going to average all of the assignments in that reporting topic, but it's going to then either bump it up or bump it down to the nearest 0.5 or 0. So if you had like a 3, a 3, a 3, and a 2, that average would be like a 2.8 or something. And that would never be mastery. So instead of that being a 2.8, it'll actually take it up to the 3. And so it'd be a 3, which might be the decision you would have made anyway. Whatever you choose, I would definitely, during the regular term, choose an automatic scoring method so that you can have a life as a teacher. You don't have to constantly, every single new assignment, go update the overall reporting topic for every single kid in your course. That is just not a doable scenario to have a well-adjusted life. So during the regular term, I would pick a scoring method that's automatic, relay it to the parents and the kids what the automatic scoring method is, but also point out that at the end of the semester, end of each term, you will go in and look at all the evidence and adjust that overall score if it needs to be adjusted. So I would choose one of these, like I'm going to choose the adjusted average, but at the end of the term, I'm going to come back in here, I'm going to click manual override, which basically is not having a scoring method. So if I click manual override, none of the buttons on this page is ever going to update the overall reporting topic score. I would have to go in there and make my own decision. And you can leave it on manual override for all time if you want to. This program still will probably be good for you, even if you're going to always be updating the reporting topic scores. I'm going to click adjusted average, and I'm going to click choose scoring method. And you'll see it says updated to adjusted average. Okay, so step 3 in this program was to choose a scoring method, or just leave it on manual override if you wanted to. And you can read about those scoring methods right here. Okay, step 4. I need to add in some assignments to make this program work. So I'm going to go to the assignments tab, which is over here on the left side. And if you don't have any assignments ever added in your course, you have a completely blank course, then you would have no assignment groups at all here. Well, I guess you'd have one. It's always defaulted to have one assignment group called assignments. I can edit the name of this, and I actually have an assignment in here that I already preloaded in here, so you wouldn't have any assignments in here. So I'm going to come to this assignment here, and I'm going to click on the editing little kebab here at the end. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to call this assignment group evidence, and I'm going to put every single piece of assignment I ever have into this category. If you want to organize it some other way, feel free. If you want to have like a new group for every single reporting topic and classify them all into there, you can organize this any way you want. If you want to add a new group, I could do plus group, and I could say, all right, creating reporting topic, or creating RT or something like that. I could click save, and then I could put anything that's a creating assignment, I could put it all into here if I wanted to. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to have all my assignments be in evidence. I am going to use this assignment groups that I just made. So here's how you move them around. I can move it around and move it up the top. And I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to name this RT holder assignments. So for my program to work, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need an assignment group that's at the top. You can call it anything you want. But the only thing that's going to be in this assignment group is an assignment for every single one of your reporting topics that you have. It is going to be just a holder assignment that is always going to be updated with the overall score of the assignments in that particular reporting topic. Your students are not going to interact with these assignments, and really you're not going to interact with these assignments either if you have the automatic scoring method turned on. If you have the manual override method, then you're going to always be updating these assignments in here that are the overall reporting topic holder assignments. So I'm going to put that in there. So I'm going to have two categories. I'm going to have the RT holder assignments, and I'm going to have all my assignments throughout the year called evidence. One thing I want to do here, because I want to sync this to PowerSchool. I'm going to click the kebab here, and I want this grades to work out in my own Canvas gradebook here in this Canvas page too. If you click the kebab here, you're going to do assignment groups weight. Click on that, and we're going to weight the final grade based on the assignment groups. And you want to make your RT holder assignments 100% of your grade. Evidence or any other assignment groups you have are all zeros. Okay, so I'm going to click save. And so in here, I'm going to put all the reporting topic holder assignments, and it's the overall grade in the class is going to be the average of what all these RT holder assignments are. Okay, so that's how you do assignment groups. That was my step 4. Step 5 is I need to add an assignment for every reporting topic that I have in this category. So I'm going to come over here to the plus sign, and I'm going to click the plus sign, and I'm going to add an assignment. And these are non-submission assignments, so basically right here is enough. I don't have to click on the more options. I can just do it right here. So the name of my first assignment, if you remember, my first reporting topic was called creating. So I'm going to do a curly bracket 1, curly bracket, and then I'm going to do creating. And you're going to put a due date on these, and the due date is going to be at the end of your term. So for right now, that's like June 2nd. So I'm going to put June 2nd in there. I'm going to copy that because I'm going to use that for all of my RT holder assignments. And it needs to be out of 4 points. And then, yeah, you'll probably sync it to PowerSchool. So I'm going to click Save and Publish that. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do this again for every single one of my reporting topic holder assignments. So I had a 2, and it was called Presenting. And I can put the due date in there, and 4 points, and sync to PowerSchool, Save and Publish. I'll do it one more. That's why I chose art. They only have 3, so it makes it really easy. Curly bracket 3, Presenting. Nope, that's not called presenting. It's called responding. And the due date and 4 points, and save and publish. Okay, so that is step 5. You need to add a reporting topic holder assignment for every reporting topic you have. So in physics, I actually have 8. So in my class, I have 8 reporting topic holder assignments. They're all worth 4 points. They're all synced to PowerSchool. They're all published. And they all have the curly bracket with the reporting topic number at the front. Technically, they could be anywhere you want, but it looks better if they're all at the front. It'll keep them in order to the way you want it. Okay, that was step 5. Step 6 is going to be what you're just going to do all year is you're going to add, pieces of evidence. You're going to add different kinds of assignments. You can do quizzes, assignments, submission assignments or non-submission assignments, Google Drive assignments, whatever you want. But we want to know how to assign a reporting topic to that particular assignment. So down here, I already have a quiz. It's an automatically graded quiz that I have in here. So, but I don't have it classified to be in one of these things. So I want to add this one to like one of these topics. So the way I do that is all in the title. So I'm just going to edit this assignment, this quiz. And I'm going to put the reporting topic number in curly brackets. This time for all my evidences, I'm always going to put it at the end. So let's say I want to put this in the creating category. So I put a 1 in curly brackets behind that. You can put a due date and sync it to PowerSchool if you want to, but I'm not going to sync any of these pieces of evidence to PowerSchool. So I'm going to click Save on that. Okay, so when this one gets graded, it's going to actually put that grade in the creating topic category because it has a 1 next to it. Now, a point I'm going to make here, hopefully everybody understands, is all your assignments generally going to be 4 points. We have a 4, 3, 2, 1 standards reference scale. So you make them all out of 4. Everything's out of 4. And if you're just going to be grading that, you put a 3 or a 2.5 or whatever level, proficiency level it is. And that's generally the way most of your assignments probably are going to be. If, however, you maybe accidentally or on purpose, or you're doing a quiz, an automatic graded quiz, they can be out of any amount of points. So this is an automatic graded quiz right here. It's out of 5 points because there's 5 questions on it. And someone's going to take the quiz and it's going to automatically score it. And they might get a 4 out of 5. So then how is that going to work on our G4L scale? So if they got a 4 out of 5, is that going to give them a 4? That would be way higher than what they deserve. A 3 is an A. A 3 is mastery. So how's that going to work? My program is just going to go ahead and figure out how many points it's worth, see what they got on it, and it's going to just correlate it to where that would be on as proficient on that particular scale. So you don't have to worry about that the points aren't out of 4. if the points aren't out of 4, you grade it like you normally did grade back in the past. And it'll correct that grade to make it sure that it's on the proficiency scale. Generally, though, most of the assignments that I have would be out of 4 point, and I'm giving them like a 2.5 or a 3. I'm just doing that normally. So, so that's kind of an important thing. If you have an automatically graded quiz, do not make it out of 4 points, because my program will see that it's 4 points and it'll think that you're just using the regular G4L scale, and it won't adjust it. So that would not be good. So that would kind of give them inflated grades if you do that. So any type of automatically graded thing, you definitely need to make sure that it's not out of 4 points, that it has to be out of something else. Okay, we're going to add a whole bunch of other assignments, and we're going to attach them to different reporting topic holder assignments. So I'm just going to make just non-submission assignments. You could do all kinds of Turnitin.com assignments, Google Drive assignments, whatever. There's file submission assignments, but these are just going to be non-submission assignments. They're going to do them. Maybe they do them in class. I see that they do them. I grade them or something. And I'm just going to come in the Canvas Gradebook and put in grades. So, so we're going to make a whole bunch of things. We're going to call this one another quiz or something. Okay. And what I have to do is I have to put the reporting topic number behind each one of those. So I'm going to call this, I'm going to want this one to be in the creating topic too. So I'm going to put a curly bracket 1. I'm going to make this out of 4 points. I'm not going to sync these to PowerSchool. I'm going to save and publish that. Okay, I'm going to make another assignment. I'm just going to make a whole bunch of assignments here. Cool assignment. And it's going to be 4 points. And I'm going to make this one be in the responding one. So I'm going to put that a 3 behind that one. Save and publish. And I'll do another one. Paper. I'll just call it paper. And I'm going to make that be out of the presenting one. Have it be 4 points. Save and publish. Oh, not going to sync it to PowerSchool. Save and publish. Okay, let's do another one. Let's see. Test. And let's make that one be also a 2. I'll make it 4 points. Save and publish. Okay, so those are all what we call one RT assignments. So it's an assignment, and it just has one reporting topic that it's assessing. From my experience, when I talked to a lot of the teachers, most teachers are doing it that way. You just have kind of one assignment that is covering that reporting topic, and that makes life probably way easier for you. Some of the English teachers want to have like a big paper, but it would cover like if you have a big art project, it would cover creating, presenting, and responding. It'd cover all 3 of those in there. And so how do we do a single assignment, yet put 3 grades on it, 1 for every single one of the reporting topics? So this is step 7, how to add assignments that are multiple reporting topic assignments. So I'm going to click a plus, and I'm going to make an assignment. I'm going to call art project. And let's say I want it to, this is going to cover 2 of them. It's going to cover number 2 and number 3, presenting and responding. So curly bracket, and I put a 2 and then a comma and then a 3. So this is how we attach all assignments to whatever reporting topics we want. It's curly brackets at the end. And if there's more than one, you separate them with a comma. Don't use any spaces in there. Okay, so I'm going to do how many points should this be worth? So this is kind of a interesting thing. If you're going to have 2 of them, it should be 8 points. If you have 3 of them, it's going to be 12 points. So it should be 4 points for every single reporting topic that you're assessing on there. So I'm going to do a demonstration here real quick though. I'm going to just put in like 5, just something random here. I'm going to show you what happens here in a little bit when I do this. Don't want to sync it to PowerSchool. I'm going to click save and publish. So I need to actually grade multiple reporting topic things with a rubric. There has to be a rubric to do that, because that's how you give multiple scores to in a single assignment. You're going to be able to fill out, each line of the rubric for each one of these things. So the way we add a rubric to this is not very intuitive. Normally you'd think, well, I'm going to go back in and edit and find the rubric. You don't do that. You actually just click right on the assignment. It's going to come up here, and you could go in to edit it, but you don't do that. You click right here on the plus rubric. So I'm going to click plus rubric, and I'm going to add a rubric to this. So I have a G4L rubric in our Canvas. So that's the one you're going to always use for multiple reporting topic assignments. So we want to find that rubric. Click Find a Rubric. Scroll all the way to the bottom under Urbandale Community School District, and there's a G4L rubric. Click it, and then you're going to say, I want to use this rubric. Okay, so now I have to edit this rubric because I can't just have, this puts in my 4, 3, 2, 1 proficiency scale in there. And it says just RT1 as the criteria. So I want to edit this, and I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to edit this first. Well, I can name this rubric anything I want. Normally I would just name it as whatever the assignment is. I'm going to do art project, and I'm going to do 2,3, but this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you name this rubric. But I could look it up later, and if I have a 2,3 type of rubric I want to use, I could look that up. I need to edit this criteria, this first one here, and I'm going to put in the description. You can put anything you want, but normally it'd be smart to probably put whatever reporting topic this is. This is number 2, so I would say presenting. Update the criterion, and then I need to add another one. So I'm going to click plus criterion. I'm going to actually, under duplicate, I'm going to click the presenting one that I just did, and I'm going to call that, what was my number 3? Responding. Okay. Update the criterion. So now I have, the first one is presenting and the second one is responding, and my program is going to know that this is the order it needs to be in. So it's going to come up here and it's going to say, okay, grade number 2 first and then number 3. So this top one's going to be number 2 and this next one's going to be number 3. So these do have to be in the same order that you have them in your title project. So there's a rubric, and the only thing left you have to do here to set this assignment up is you need to click, I have to move me over here a little bit. You're going to have to click use this rubric for assignment grading. So the only way to do multiple reporting topic assignments is you must use the rubric to grade that particular assignment. So I'm going to use rubric for assignment grading. I'm going to click update rubric. And here is where I wanted to show you. It says change assignment points to match the rubric, leaving the assignment's total points at 5 and the rubric's total points at 8, right? Will result in a maximum possible score of 160% for student submissions grading with this rubric. So basically, do you want to do that? And it says either change it so that it, don't let it be 5, make it be 8, or leave it different. So we're going to obviously change it. So on that first page, when you put in the 5, or when I put in the 5, I didn't really have to put anything in there. Okay, because later it's going to say, hey, this rubric says it should be out of 8 points. Do you want me to make this assignment out of 8 points? And you would say, yes, change it. So I'm going to click change. And so now you'll see the point is worth 8 instead of the 5. Okay. You could put in, originally I knew I was going to use 2 reporting topics. So I could have just said, well, that's 4 points each. So it's going to be 8. Put 8 in there and that little pop-up wouldn't have ever shown up. It would have just saved the rubric because it was a match. Okay. So there is a multiple reporting topic assignment. Let's do one more of those just for practice. I'm going to go back to my assignments. I'm going to add a new assignment. I'm going to put, I want assignment. I'm going to put final art project, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. It's going to cover all 3 reporting topics. So how many points should it be worth? It should be worth 12. Okay, so that thing won't pop up this time. Save and publish. I'm going to go down the project. I'm going to click the project because I have to grade it with a rubric. I'm going to click plus rubric. I'm going to click find a rubric. And by the way, if you came in here to like this one in here, there's art project 2-3. So I can find the rubrics I made earlier. I'm going to click on the G4L rubric, click it, and come down here, and I'm going to use this rubric. And then I'm going to edit this rubric, and it's going to click OK. And I'm going to edit this first one, and the first one needs to be the 1, so it's going to be creating, update, and I'm going to click plus a criterion. I'm going to duplicate that one, and I'm going to call this one presenting because that was my number 2. Update, add another criterion, duplicate that, and I'm going to call that one responding. Update the criterion, and there we have it. And I need to use this rubric for assignment grading, and I can click update the rubric. So there's my rubric, a 3 reporting topic assignment rubric that I'll be able to grade all those things in. Okay, so that was step 7, and that's kind of what you do all year. You just add every assignment you add, you decide how many reporting topics you want it to cover, and you put that in curly brackets behind it. If you're going to have more than 1, then there's an extra step of creating a rubric that you're going to be using to grade it. And that's all really you have to do for that. Okay, so if I go back to the modules and see how this all works. So here's my grading for learning program. If I click on it, okay, it's gonna have the grades down here. And if I click on like a student, let's go down here and click on this student right here. What's going to happen? It's going to try to generate a report card for the person. And there's a whole bunch of assignments in here, but none of them have been graded. So this is the way a report card is going to look like for a student. So if I'm clicking on the grading program as a teacher, I see this whole thing. But if a student clicks on the grading program, it's going to generate this report card. And you'll see that, that green is evidence, there's retested, not yet assessed, missing, exempt. All of these are not yet assessed. But you'll notice that they're classified underneath the reporting topic. All these reporting topics have NE, which means no evidence right now. But you'll notice like the adding quiz, it's only under this first one. Final art project, it's under creating, it's under presenting, and it's under responding. Another quiz was only under that first one. Art project right here is under this one and under this one. Paper and test, they were both just under 2. Cool assignment was just under 3. So it's going to know how to divide this up and generate a correct standard reference report card for each of your students. It's going to right now it's going to average these 3 and put in a grade right there, and average these 4 and put in a grade right there, or use whatever your scoring method is to decide what these grades are right here. And this overall grade up here would be an average of all 3 of these things. So we're going to go grade some assignments now, and then we're going to come back in and see how this program looks and works on all these things. Okay. So step 8, how do you grade stuff? Okay, so if it's an automatic quiz, the kid just takes the quiz and it grades it, and you don't have to do anything. It's just automatically graded. Everything else I can grade with in SpeedGrader, or I could grade directly in the gradebook. So I'm going to click on the grades and go directly to the gradebook. And you'll see that these first 3 here are the overall reporting topic holder assignments. So I'm not doing anything in these columns ever. But these are all the different assignments, and you'll see that I already had a score for this particular person. They got a 4 out of 5 on that one. But this is an automatic quiz, so they could go ahead and take it. I'm going to go ahead and kind of just drop some scores in for this. Like, let's say, what if they get a 5 out of 5? What's that going to look like on the G4L scale? I could put a 3, a 2, a 2, a 3, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 3, and so on. I won't do all the students. I'll just do enough. Okay. So then here's another quiz, and it's out of 4. And this one, this one I would put in regular G4L, proficiency level scores. And I could do that right in here. So I'll go ahead and do that in here. So I'll do a 3.5, and I give a 2.5 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3 and a 2 and a 4 and a 3.5 and a 2.5 and a 2 and a 2 and so on. Okay, here's another assignment. Now let's do this one a little bit differently. Let's click on it, or if I click on this, the little barb, I can do SpeedGrader. So I'm going to open this up in SpeedGrader. And if you look in SpeedGrader, I can move this. There's no, basically if there was a submission, you'd see it right here. There might be a Google Doc or something right here, a paper, and you can do kinds of things in it and grade it right here. If you click your little gear icon, it shows you settings, and there's options, and there's keyboard shortcuts. If you look at the keyboard shortcuts, these are really important. Everybody loves Canvas because of SpeedGrader. That's basically its biggest draw for most people. You can do some real shortcuts here. J is to go to the next student, K is a previous student, and then R is to show the rubric. Okay, so there's some different things you can do there. So if I'm here, I can come up here and I can put a grade in here. I could do like a 3, and then I could click J, and that goes to the next one. I could do a 3, and then click J. Goes to the next. You can also come up here and click the arrows if you want, but I could do a 2.5 J, 3.5 J, 2 J, 3 J, or I could do 2, and I could click on these arrows here. Okay, and then 3, and then the arrow. It's a little harder to do, but 3.5 J, and so on. And I can click this right here and go back to the gradebook. And there's the ones that I did through SpeedGrader. I could do them right in here, probably even faster. Okay. Most people want the rubric because you're looking at an assignment when you're trying to grade it. Okay, here's a paper, and I could do SpeedGrader, or I could do the normal way. I'm just going to go. All right, so now we've gotten to these last 2 assignments here, and these are multiple things, so you cannot grade them here. You can't just put in an overall score out of 8 because it won't know what score is supposed to go with which reporting topic. So multiple reporting topic assignments must be graded in SpeedGrader. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to click SpeedGrader. It's going to bring this up here. And I might have an assignment in here, but if I don't, I'm going to pull this all the way over. And for this, I'm going to click an R. If I click R, it opens up a rubric. And then I can just say, okay, they got a 3.5 and a 2. And I could click Save. And then I can see it'll put it down there, and it'll add them up and put their score out of 8 right there. Okay, I could click J, go to the next student, click R to open up the rubric, and then grade it. Save. J, R. That's enough grades. Okay, so let's go back to the grade book, and you'll see there that there's their overall grade. But because we did it with a rubric, the grading program is going to show you something way better. Let's go to this one, and let's grade this practice again. SpeedGrader opens it up. I'll move this all the way over, and then I'm going to do R to open up the rubric. I'm going to give them a 4, a 3, and a 3.5. So there's 3 different reporting topics to grade here. Save. JR 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Save. Even if you were really analyzing some stuff here, and doing this legitimately, this is also it's just a very easy way to be able to assess students' grades. This is a very quick method. Grading. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and you'll see in that assignment now there's a whole bunch of grades in here. Okay, and I cannot put grades in directly in here. You got to use SpeedGrader if you're going to do multiple reporting topic assignments. So I guess that'd be one of the drawbacks of using multiple reporting topics assignments. Sometimes it's easier to come in here and just put the grades right in here, especially if you're grading something that's just handed in class, and you're grading a paper like on a hard copy or something. You just want to put the grades in. Okay, so now we can go and analyze this grade book and see what this thing looks like. So we're going to go to the modules. We're going to click on the grade book. It's going to open up, and it says they all have zeros there because if you remember, those first 3 columns are all still zeros. We haven't actually tried to automatically upgrade those things. So what I can do is I'm going to show you 3 different buttons. There's 3 different buttons here you can do. I can click on a particular student. If I click on a student like this student right here, what that's going to do is it's going to generate their report card. But it's also going to go through and it's going to look at every single piece of evidence under creating, and it's going to give them a particular grade. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to keep on the adjusted average right now. But you can anytime you want to, you can come change the scoring method and then update everybody's scores and see what their new score would be. Now that's going to probably send an email out to them and they're going to see their score change. So you could come back in here and you could do an adjusted average and then change it all back. But you can always see how these scores kind of work. So I'm going to click on this student. I'll click on this second student right here, Shelby, and it's going to go through. It's going to go through and find all these assignments that we're under creating, and it's going to average them and say, okay, the average adjusted is going to be around a 3. You might look at this and say, okay, 3.5, 3.5, and a 2.5. Maybe you want to give them something higher than that. Okay, so you could maybe do that. You could change it to manual override eventually at the end of the term and change it to something that would be different. So you'll notice like here's final art project, final art project, final art project. See, they got a 3.5, a 3.5, and a 3.5. Well, that person, I happen to give the same grade each time for that one. Let's look at someone else. Hopefully I can find someone else here. So let's bring them up. Final art project 3.5, final art project 3, and a final art project a 2. So you can give a different score for each thing. So this is going to be the average here, and this is going to update their particular grade. If a student ever clicks on their own report card, it's going to update their grade also for your grade book. So you wouldn't have to do anything. Now, if I refresh these grades down here, those 2 people that I clicked on now will have grades down in here. What if I want to update everybody's reporting topic score for like creating? I want to make a report that shows all of the reporting topic scores, the evidence for creating for every single student. So I'm going to click creating. I'm going to update this RT score for all students. And it's going to give me a list of every student in my class, all the evidence under the creating reporting topic. And it's going to figure out what their overall reporting topic score should be for creating. So this person has a 3.5. This person has a 3 based on this evidence. This person has a 2 based on this evidence. Now, if you were doing manual override, here's where this still makes this easy, because if you did manual override, it wouldn't have a score in here. It would just have all the pieces of evidence. But you can right click on this button up here, right click, open the link in a new window, and you'll notice that it's going to open up SpeedGrader for that overall reporting topic holder assignment. So you could like take this page and you could move it over here like this, and you could say, okay, this first person up here, which is Lewis, right? Lewis. Okay, he has a 4, a 3.5, and a 2.5. What do you decide that is? And you could come in here and you could say, I decide that that is a, and you could put a grade in there. And then you could click the next student and you have Shelby. So 3.5, 2.5, and 3.5, and you could decide whatever you wanted. So if you always want to do the manual override, you can do this very easily for each reporting topic thing. You can go down each one of your kids and go ahead and give them a decision there. Okay, so even if you're doing manual override, this is still probably a good program for you to be able to use. Okay. The last button I could click is this big one here. This is going to update every reporting topic holder assignment for every single student in the entire class. Basically, it's going to update their entire grade overall. So I click on that. Depending on how many students you have or how many assignments you have, this thing could take a little bit longer. That actually went super fast. But if you had like 160 students and you had, 50 assignments, that might take up to 2 minutes maybe even to load this page. So it's going to give you an overall thing. It's going to say this person here has a 3.5, a 3, and a 3 on the 3 reporting topics in this course. So the average for their grade would be an average of all those reporting topics. So this is an overview of like how they're scored on every single reporting topic in your class. Every student, how they've been scoring on every reporting topic in your particular class. And that also then updated the entire grade book. So if I come down here and I click refresh grades, you're going to see everybody's grade now upgraded, except for these last ones, because remember, I didn't actually put any scores in for these people. So if you go and look at the actual grade book in Canvas, you'll see now that these all have reporting topic overall scores in here. Okay, but that all did that automatically whenever you click that button. So anytime you give a quiz or an assignment or whatever, or you grade an assignment, at the end of the day, you can go into your G4L gradebook, click on that button, and it'll update everybody's overall grades. Or you could right-click on the button and you could manually override everybody's reporting topic grade if you want to do it that way. By the way, let's look at this automatically graded quiz. Where is it? Yeah, it's right here, the adding. Okay. So in here, you'll see that these are the scores that they got on the quiz, right? They got the scores in the quiz. But if you go to, let's see here, modules, go to the grade book, and I'm going to click on, let's see, that thing was in the creating one. So I'm going to click the creating one so I can see the score for every single kid. So I'm going to update this. It's not going to really update anything because it already has updated it. But if you look at here, here's the adding quiz. So it says they got a 2.5. Okay, and they got a 2.5. That actually means that they got a 4 out of 5 because a 4 out of 5 is an 80%. And so an 80% on a G4L scale is around a 2.5. Okay, so this adding, they got a 3.5. That is technically they got the entire quiz right. They got a 5 out of 5 on that, but that correlates to a 3.5 on the G4L scale. So you'll see that for all these adding assignments, if they got like something, they got like 2 or less, that's not good. So it's going to put it in as a 1, right? Or a 1.5, they got like a 3. Okay. So it's going to adjust any assignment that you don't have out of 4 points. It's going to assume like maybe you messed it up or you're just still doing an old school method of how you're grading something like so many points out of so many points. It's going to take that and it's going to reassign it to where it should be on a proficiency level and fix that for you in here. So you don't have to worry if you have an automatically graded score out of however many points. It doesn't matter. In here, it's going to adjust the score, and then it's going to calculate it into your creating topic correctly. It's not going to inflate the grade or deflate the grade or something like that. Okay, that was a lot, and hopefully you can see that could be hopefully valuable to you in your in our new endeavor in trying to do standards reference grading.